Oh, it feels like a cat tongue as well.
Ever heard of forgotten vegetables? Well, this is forgotten meat. The cow tongue. I've never had it before, and chances are, neither have you. I used to see these things laying around the supermarket all the time when we had the butcher still in the supermarket, and I always wondered, who would eat a cow tongue? The idea of eating a cow tongue is kind of like a freaky idea. And I showed this piece to my kids this morning before they went to school. And guess what my son told me? Daddy, please don't make me eat the cow tongue tonight. Of course, I'm not going to do that to my son before I taste it myself. I need to fix that curiosity problem that I have. What does it taste like? Let's find out. And I'm all for eating everything on the cow, you know, just as little waste as possible. So I think we need to do this. This is weird though. This is weird. This is weird.
Oh, it feels like a cat tongue as well.
I don't know, this is weird. I don't know, I'm not squeamish at all. I'm not like, yeah. But, you know, this is like, it's a full-on tongue.
It's so rough. Kind of make me a little bit sick.
I want to figure out how this tastes.
I want to play with it though. Okay, but where should be the good meat?
Shouldn't be playing around with my food, should I? Well, at this point it doesn't look all that exciting. No. And I get why most people don't eat this.
Is this a good idea? I'm not sure about this.
Let's figure out how this tastes. Well, the tongue is one big muscle encapsulated in, well, basically the outside of the tongue. And we need to take that off because that's super, super hard. It's like, almost like, feels like a pig skin combined with a cat tongue. And if you guys that ever had a cat before, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm using my knife and trying to figure out a way to best get this skin off. And I'm figuring this out as I go. But now that we've gotten all that skin off, it's starting to look okay. And the smell that's coming off it is like a sweet steak, like a, no, actually it doesn't smell all that bad. It smells really good actually. And I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I think I'm gonna take off the bottom part of the tongue and separate the two. And here we have it, the end result. In my research, I found that there are two ways to cook a cow tongue. One is an overnight brine, followed by a slow cook, and then finally grill it off, which will probably turn it into a super, super tender cow tongue, but I'm also worried that it might turn out a little bit dry. So I chose the second option, which is cleaning it up, cutting it into super thin slices, and then grilling it. But before we're going to do that, we're going to fire out the barbecue first. When the barbecue is up to temperature, it's time to start slicing our beef tongue. I'm using a chef's knife to cut thin slices, but I realize that this is not going to work. I need a knife that has a long blade because this meat is really tough. And with my super slicer, I can make nice and thin strips out of it. Then for the bottom part of the tongue, I'm going to make an extra step. I'm going to make some incisions on the bottom and the top that will help break down the toughness of the meat. Then finally I'm going to season it with fleur de sel, which is a light sea salt. Most of the time you see me seasoning the meat afterwards. But now we're not talking about steaks, we're talking about tough cuts of beef tongue, which basically, yes, we are going to be grilling, but I also want it to crispen up because I expect that to be the best part. So let's open up that Joe Jr. and start grilling. This already looks way, way better than the whole tongue that we had. And it kind of goes for a lot of things when you're cooking. You change something that has really been something, like a whole fish, and it looks at you with eyes and the whole thing, and then you turn it into fillets and you grill it up and it ends up turning to look like a delicious dish. And that's the same thing here. We made it to look into something beautiful. Look. It looks fantastic. I want to eat it right now. When I had that tongue in my hand, I didn't feel that way. once I've eaten this and my mind says, okay, tongue is okay, then everything starts to change up here and I take a look at that cow tongue and start thinking about it differently. So, you know what time it is?
It really looks good.
Our nice little dish first. And it looks good. A little bit of mayonnaise, a little bit of chili sauce, sesame seeds, and some chopped onion leeks. That's tough.
Interesting.
I love the flavors.
Just interesting.
The chewing is, I don't know.
The flavors are really good.
It's like uncooked calamari.
But I think that's mainly because of the sauce.
All right, let me try and make some sense of it.
But underneath that, there's a texture.
The texture of the cow tongue?
It's a new sort of substance for beef.
It's not my favorite. Let's be honest.
It's not a steak. It's definitely not a steak. It's not a skirt steak. It's nothing like I had before. But what is it then?
I'm just gonna go for the salted one now. See if I can define the beef a little better, but I'm not getting excited here. This is not fun. I didn't expect this. Let's put it this way.
This is not it.
This is really, really tough.
The more you chew, the more you start realizing it's a tongue. There's a tongue in your mouth.
It's beef flavor, a little bit of saltiness. It's not like you're eating organs or something like that. It's not like eating a low part of the cow.
There's a tongue on top of your tongue.
It's like light beef flavor.
And you're chewing on it.
The saltiness has just made it like, yeah, nice and salty. But the texture?
It's tough. But on the other hand, it's jelly.
I think for eating cow tongue for the first time, I tried the whole wrong approach to it.
It has a beef flavor. I gotta be honest, it has a beef flavor. It's like steak. Not a particular good steak, but it has beef flavor.
I researched every little corner of the web for things. I wanted to get like an authentic experience of the beef tongue.
There's not much to say about it that's really positive. I like the one with the sauce way better.
And I must say, I'm kind of disappointed, and I get why people don't eat beef tongue, at least not grilled like this. You know, there are a lot of people apparently are, because it's on YouTube and it's on recipe websites and books everywhere. I think we needed to go with that brine and then slow cooked version. This is not good. This is not good. Let me give that final try to that little bottom piece of the tongue. I'm gonna search for the best looking part.
So this is the piece underneath it. It looks way better.
No, it's not bad.
It's a bit better.
It's a bit better.
It's more crunchy.
You never hear me say this. I'm not even gonna finish. I think this never happened to us before, Marcel.
The fat's rendered down. Maybe a little bit easier to chew as well. Is it worth it? Compared to, like, for example, a cheap steak? Not sure. I still got this weird feeling that I'm eating something that I'm not supposed to eat.
This is one of those times you have to accept failure. This is not gonna be one of my favorites. This is not an epic thing. I like to end on a happy note more. I like to end on like, woo, yeah, we just made that. This is not that. All right. I love to know what you guys think about cow tongue. What's your favorite way of cooking it? What did we do wrong? I gotta try it again, but I'm not gonna make a video about it anytime soon until I figure out the right way to do it. I'm just gonna cook this, see if I can figure out a way to make it better, but I'm highly doubtful. Hope you guys got some uplifting words from me, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Big thank you to our patrons and our YouTube members. You guys freaking rock. See you guys next time. Until then, eet smakelijk and keep on
Grilling.
Woo! Yeah. Oh, Marcin.
I'm not gonna eat it.
What did we do? What did I do? This is not good.
I'm not going to eat it.
No. Normally we just stand here and taste things and like... This is disappointing.
Yeah. No. Like during the eating on this piece, this is the most horrible piece.
Yeah,
During the
definitely.
eating, there was this thought going through my head that I was eating my own tongue.
I had the same thing, but on the first bite. I was like,
It's,
dude, this is not supposed to be
no,
eaten.
you ever bit your own tongue?
Yeah.
It's the same structure.
Yeah, but
It's
and
like-
then you have the idea that you shouldn't be chewing on this.